we have used to construct an imaginary world that we have believed is real. These allow us to restrict our awareness to the limitations of our beliefs and to realize their validity without questioning their origin and basis. Our beliefs provide a container in our greater consciousness, holding our awareness within the world that we believe is real. We occupy a kind of trance state, holding our awareness within the realm of negative and positive energies. If we want to expand, we must find the neutral state beyond good and evil. It originates in our deepest inner knowing and guides us wisely in every moment, allowing us to use our free will always, and to create a state of being that radiates our personal energy signature. To understand that this group has evolved, has changed over a period of time, and there have been others that have been here before. And there are others that are yet to come here. Because it is all about old souls coming together again, being one with each other again. Timelines are shifting. Life itself is shifting. And you are a part of that shift. Even though you may not feel like it at times. Even though you may feel like you are certainly back within the third dimensional matrix. Being a part of that going about your everyday lives. And in many ways like others across the planet. That are oblivious to even the fact that they are in the matrix. But you yourselves know that you have moved beyond that, and at times you are certainly beyond that. There are times when you are indeed walking in the fourth and fifth dimensional expression. A soul's purpose is what the person came in to do. It usually involves some kind of service or helping others and making a difference of some kind, but not always. If a soul has learnt many hard lessons, it may reincarnate to learn how to love or be loved unconditionally, or to resolve past life trauma so the person can realize their full potential and begin to step into their mastery. With life force everywhere increasing in vibratory intensity and greater light. We're involved in the personal evolution of our consciousness. We must resonate with the vibrations of the spirit of the earth in order to continue to live here. Every wave pattern contains smaller vibratory patterns that create scenarios within the larger scene of our lives. When we become aware of it, we face a choice of perspectives that result in differing qualities of experiences. When we completely believe that every possible experience is available to us, we can realize the reality of the ones we choose to align with. In our potential abilities and life path, we are unlimited in our essence. Help your training, the training that we have been working with you to bring you to this point that you are at right now. And know that this training has led you further and further along in your extension process. And yes, indeed, you are all in this ascension process right now. And it is time now to begin to focus more and more on this ascension. And further away from the third dimensional illusion. And the capture of that illusion and the fear within that illusion. Let it all go. Forgive, forget, and move on. Now is the time more and more to do so as the changes begin to ramp up all around you. We are ready for your questions now if you have them. There are times when you can see that overlay of the fifth dimension and you can reach for it. It is right there in front of you and you know it. You feel it. You feel it deep within you. Not sure sometimes where that feeling comes from, but it is there nonetheless. You wonder, why am I feeling so good? But why wonder why? When you can just be in the moment and feel good. Do not be concerned about where that came from. Just be who you are in that moment. You will find that more and more as you do this, you will be in that moment. You will be in that fifth dimensional expression. You will be a part of the fifth dimension, moving closer and closer to your full ascension. Aligning to one's soul purpose begins with recognition of a higher calling and awareness of one's gifts, whether they be spiritual, psychic, or not. There may be an overwhelming urge or unwavering thought processes pushing the person in a direction that is new or out of left field. They may suddenly find, too, that problems begin to arise in the work they have been doing, or with people they have interacted with. Radical changes that push a person out of one field to another can often be divine intervention. In my experience, alignment to one's soul or spiritual purpose can happen very differently for different people. But usually at the time they chose before they were born, it is never by chance. If we want something to appear to us in our physical experience, we can command it to do so. If we imagine having the experience and we fully feel ourselves participating in its presence, it reveals itself to us. In our essence, we are creators and energy modulators, with our thoughts, feelings, and desires. We shape the personal frequency vibrations in our experience, while flowing with the larger energetic patterns of humanity. In this way, we direct the script of our roles in human consciousness. Our primary creative abilities are our imagination, feelings, desires, and perspective on life. And we have absolute freedom to use these abilities in any way that we want. For comparison, we can open our awareness to the greater beings in our experience. Specifically, the spirit of the earth, the sun, and the spirits of the heavenly bodies. These are highly conscious beings that radiate more powerful light from within than we do. They are interacting with one another, just as we are, but on a much larger time frame. We can be aware of their nature and the quality of their presence. Know that you are in the process of ascension now. There are many things happening within your body, within your bodily structure, that are moving you closer and closer to that ascension, and certainly within your consciousness. As your consciousness continues to rise, as the vibrational frequencies all around you are raising the consciousness of man. Always, though it does not appear that way, but it is indeed doing so. How will you recognize that your major purpose for reincarnation is evolving? You will probably find yourself evolving too, becoming more aware of your consciousness and that of others, and being more mindful of the impact you are having on the earth and those around you. You may also find your psychic senses begin to develop, and that you are more sensitive to lower energies. Moreover than not, what used to fulfill you won't anymore, and there will be a big gap in your life. The entire cosmos is quantum. It is all energy emanating from a great creator consciousness, which we, as fractals, participate in to the extent that we allow ourselves. Our reality is potentially boundless, and we have the capability of powerfully shaping human consciousness. Because most of humanity is unaware of our potential as neutral observers and directors. When we open our awareness to the flow of life force coming through the heart of our being, we can begin to align with its qualities. These are the qualities of unconditional love and acceptance, enhancing all living entities, which is everything in its essence. We can feel these qualities with our gratitude, and we can realize them as expressions of the source of our vitality and joy. We would say certainly there are messages here, because you are in a raised consciousness point of view when you are indeed releasing these creatures rather than killing them. What would most people out there do? Those that are unconscious at this point, what would they do? They would kill them, and they would be glad to be rid of them. You, on the other hand, are practicing what you have been learning to be of higher consciousness, to be of oneness. Oneness, yes, with the mouse. Oneness, yes, with the snake, you see? And know that the snake itself was not venomous as you say, because it was not needed to be. All it needed was to show you and have you show benevolence toward this creature. So your consciousness is showing you that you are raising in consciousness. So many wonder, will there be a major event to occur? Will something happen to, as you have heard, trigger the next phase? But I will tell you now, as Sananda, the next phase has already begun. You are already in it now, and yes, there will be triggers. But various triggers that will occur are in the process of doing so. And you will find one day when you awaken in the not too distant future that one of those triggers has gone off, which will lead to the next one and the next one as the domino effect. And this is in process of happening now. So sit back, my friends, sit back, watch the movie, watch the play out in front of you. Do not become involved in it or attached to it. Just let it be what it is. You will find that you will be in the right place at the right time in the right moment to be about your mission, which you came here to do. Each and every one of you came here for a reason, came here for a mission. And that mission is about to open up in front of you more and more. Some of you have already begun that part of the mission. The part of the mission that leads you to the end of this movie and the beginning of the continuing journey of your lives. Trust. Transition into a higher purpose is confusing, messy, and hard to navigate, but you will just know it's right. Believe. You were born for this, and as everything begins to fall into place, those chosen to assist you, both in spirit and on earth, will enter your life. Ask for help. Trying to do it alone could mean that you lose faith in yourself. Second guess everything and miss the opportunity to take the next step on your path to spiritual evolvement and mastery.